EarthBound's a fucking classic ass game, never played it. The game starts with Ness sleeping in his bed being awoken by a meteor crashing into on it. You put on your clothes, you go out to explore, and then you discover the police have barricaded everything up and nothing fucking happens, so then you just go back to bed. Then Ness gets woken up again by his next door neighbor Pokey, and he's just like, "Oh Ness, I have to find my brother Picky, and also the cops are not there anymore, we can go to the meteor now." And it's like, oh okay, I don't know why the game didn't start here, let's go. So then you beat the shit out of spiteful crows and runaway dogs and coil snakes, and your dog gets scared and runs away, and then the group finds Picky at the meteor. But then a buzzing bee appears from the meteor, and he's like, "Ness, I'm not a buzzing bee, but a time traveler from 10 years from the future where Gygus, the universal cosmic destroyer, sent everyone into eternal darkness and fucked hella shit up. But you see, there's a well-known legend passed down generations that a boy will reach the point and find the light. The passing of time will shadow the nightmare rock and reveal the path of light. Ness, you are the boy, and according to legends, 3 boys and a girl will defeat Gygus. Okay, cool, that's the game, let's go." And it's like, what? What the fuck? It's like, that's the game, let's go. So on the way back home, the group fights a Starman who traveled 10 years into the past to kill Buzz, and apparently Gygus is trying to stop Ness by mind-controlling humans and animals by manipulating the evil within their minds, which is the game's excuse for you to fight like a bunch of random fucking nonsense like Ricky the Mailman and wackadoo wolves and a sentient pile of shit. So then you take Pokey and Picky back to their homes, and their father beats them for leaving the house because he's a giant asshole, and their mother just slaps the shit out of Buzz. So then Buzz is just like, "Ness, you must unite your power with the Earth's power, and then the Earth will like channel your power and multiply it. So in order to do that, you have to visit 8 seemingly random locations and then channel your power there. It's like your sanctuary, and it plays cool music when you find the spots. Also, here's a sound stone to record the melodies. Also, these are my last words. I'm dying. I'm dead now." And then Buzz fucking dies. Also, a cameraman shows up in front of your house to take your picture, and he says fuzzy pickles instead of cheese, and it happens multiple times throughout the game, and it's very quirky and random and not like the other games. The first sanctuary spot is located at the northwest side of On It, but you can't get inside because the mayor of the town locked the area off because of some guy named Frank who's hiding out in the backyard of the game arcade. But the second you show up to him, the local kids at the arcade just fucking kill you because the game's really unbalanced in this part of the game for whatever reason. Anyways, after a bit of grinding, you eventually beat the shit out of all the kids and have a boss fight with Frank the gang leader, and then you fight the Frankenstein Mark II, and it just fucking kills you because the game's not balanced and you should have grinded some more. Anyways, after beating the shit out of more kids and leveling up some more, you beat the shit out of Frank and his stupid robot, and then Frank tells you gotta talk to the mayor to get a key to get access to the entertainer's shack to get to Giant Step. So now you talk to the mayor, and he's just like, "Oh, you beat the shit out of those stupid ass kids. That's awesome. Here's the key. Do whatever you want. I mean, as long as I don't get in trouble, I don't give a fuck." So now you go into a cave and fight rowdy mouses and black antoids and a bunch of slugs, and you level up and unlock PSI gaming, which is entirely dependent on what you wrote down for your favorite thing at the beginning of the game, but everyone picks gaming because it's one of the defaults, and everyone who plays EarthBound is a fucking nerd who picks gaming. And then you end up fighting the boss for the area, who's the Titanic Ant, and then you kill the Titanic Ant, and then you find the Giant Step and play some good ass music, and Ness melts his energy with a sanctuary spot or something. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Anyways, you leave the cave, and the police catch you and yell at you because there's a sign that says to not enter and you weren't supposed to be there. So then you go to the police station, the cops yell at you, and then you beat the shit out of the cops, and then you leave. So now you head to Tucson and fight rambling evil mushrooms so you can like status effect Ness and mushroomize him, which apparently does something, but I don't know what the fuck it did because the stupid mushrooms fucking killed me before I figured it out. Eventually you get to Tucson, and you can go to a bicycle shop and rent a bicycle so you can move around faster, and it's really cool, and you can press the R button to ring the bike bell. It's literally the only thing the button does throughout the entire game. And then around the same exact time, you can also get a new item called the teddy bear that joins your party and takes hits for you in battle, and it's fucking awesome. But then the game's like, oh wait, now you have a teddy bear in your party. Now you can't ride the bicycle. Only one person can ride the bicycle at a time, and it's like, what the fuck is this shit? You have people in your party for like 95% of the entire game. What do you mean I can't use the bicycle? And then the game's like, woo, it's me, the cameraman. Congratulations on getting a useless item you'll never be able to use again. Say fuzzy pickles. This is fucking bullshit. So now you go to the park and get ambushed by Everdread, and you beat his ass, and he's just like, yo, there's a girl named Paula who got kidnapped by cult members and is being used as a human sacrifice. You gotta go find her because you need a girl in your party. It's like the fucking prophecy. And it's like, oh, okay. But then, oh no, a giant pencil is blocking the path, and now you need to pay an inventor $200 to make a cool invention to get rid of it. So now you find this guy, Apple Kid, and he's like some obese, smelly guy who hasn't bathed in weeks, living in trash. He's like, oh, I can make you an invention, maybe. And it's like, dude, this guy's a loser. Fuck this dude. Orange Kid is right next door, and he seems way cooler. So then you give your money to Orange Kid, and he's just like, don't worry, Ness, my dick is fucking huge. My inventions are fucking awesome. And then he gives you his patented super orange machine. It's like the fucking hypest shit, which immediately on use plays a song called Ode to Orange Kid and immediately breaks. Like, are you fucking kidding me? That was all my money. What the fuck? But oh my god, it's a fucking plot twist because apparently Apple Kid is the only person who can make the invention you need to erase the pencil, because despite looking like a fat, dopey, incompetent loser, he's actually a very smart person. So by being subjected to this test in-game and losing all your money, EarthBound just taught you the valuable lesson to not judge judge a book by its cover. Fuck this game! And then you have to sprint across the map and run away from territorial oaks that'll come out of the tall grass and just suicide bomb you like some fucking ISIS shit. And then you eventually get to Happy Happy Village, which has been taken over by cult members who worship the color blue. And also Pokey randomly shows up, and apparently he also joined the cult as well because he's a fucking asshole, I guess. Paula's locked up in a random shed somewhere, and then she's like, "Oh sweet, you're Ness. I had visions about you in my sleep, so I knew you'd save me. It's like the fucking prophecy. But to get me out, you have to get a key from the cult leader Carpainter, but apparently he can like control lightning or some shit. So here's a Franklin badge, which can reflect lightning. It's like the item in Super Smash Bros. It's like, oh, sick, dude. Anyways, you end up fighting a shit ton of blue cult guys, and you fight Carpainter and beat his ass, and you get a key to Paula's jail cell, and then you leave, and then Pokey's just like, "Oh man, what a terrible nightmare. I just woke up, Ness. Let's be friends again. Okay, bye. Oh wait, never mind. Fuck you, Ness. You can suck my dick." Like, man, fuck Pokey. So now that Paula's joined the party, you end up going through this random cave, and you end up fighting moles playing rough and Mighty Bears and Mr. Baddies, and you accidentally stumble upon another sanctuary spot unintentionally and fight the boss, who's a Mondo Mole, and then you find the second sanctuary spot. Sick. I still don't know what I'm doing. So now you take Paula back to her house and then talk to her parents, and then they're like, "Oh sweet, thanks for saving our daughter. You must be Ness, the boy who Paula saw in her visions. Sweet, go have fun on your adventure to kill Gygus, the universal cosmic destroyer, in order to save the entire universe. Bye." So now you head back to Everdred, and he's just like, "Hey Ness, buddy, I want you to be my business partner, but I know you'll refuse, so never mind. I mean, I was gonna give you a shit ton of money if you did become my business partner, but actually I can't hold on to this money anyways, so here's $10,000 for absolutely no reason at all. Just use it whenever you need it. I mean, I was gonna give it to you if you're gonna be my partner, but I know you're not gonna be my partner, but I'm gonna give it to you anyways, because this is the stupidest shit I've ever fucking seen." Anyways, next place to go is a town called Threed, which is the third town in the game because it has a 3 in it, but you can't get there because a bunch of haunted ghosts are inside of the tunnel and you can't get by them. So now that Paula has joined the party, you can talk to one of the band members in the Runaway 5 who will give you a backstage pass to their concert because apparently they think Ness is cool because he can pick up hot chicks. And then you like attend their concert for like no reason at all, and apparently the Runaway 5 are in constant debt to the manager of the place, so then you give the manager the $10,000 that Everdred just gave you, and now you can ride in the Runaway 5's tour van and get past the ghosts and head to Threed. Once you get there, the entire town is overrun with zombies, so now you have to fight a bunch of smelly ghosts and trick-or-treaters, and then the zombies kidnap you and lock you in a room. So then Paula uses her psychic powers to call out for help. So now you're playing the game as Jeff, and you have to sneak around his boarding school with his best friend Tony, and then he gets a bad key machine which can unlock doors. So then Jeff escapes the school, and you give a monkey some bubble gum, so now the monkey helps Jeff ride the Loch Ness Monster across the lake, and you enter a dungeon created by Brick Road, the dungeon developer who makes dungeons or some shit, and then you pass Stonehenge and get to Dr. Andronut's laboratory, who's actually Jeff's dad who hasn't seen him in 10 fucking years. So then you get into the Skyrunner and fly all the way across the fucking world and head to Threed and crash land directly to Ness and Paula and just like, oh shit, oh what the fuck? Hi everyone, it's me Jeff, I'm here to join the party. Anyways, you end up fighting a haunted circus tent which gives you a jar of fly honey, and then Apple Kid randomly calls you and he's just like, "Hey guys, I just finished inventing zombie paper, which is like fly paper but for zombies, and you could hypothetically place it on the floor of a circus tent in the middle of a town or some shit. I bet you could get rid of all the zombies in that town with this zombie paper, even though I don't even know what's going on. I don't even know if you need this shit." And it's like, wow, thank God Apple Kid solved this hyper-Pacific problem without even knowing about it. Apple Kid's fucking awesome. So with all the zombies gone, you can now head through a cave and fight a pile of barf. It's literally the hypest shit. You then go to Saturn Valley, which is a weird little town with a bunch of guys called Mr. Saturns who talk in Wingding's unknown font, and then they tell you that there's a secret base hidden behind Grapefruit Falls, and the only way to get inside is to tell them a password and then stand behind the waterfall for 3 minutes straight. And it's like, wow, isn't it so funny and quirky how the game is just wasting my fucking time for no reason at all? Wow, I'm so glad I have to sit here and entertain myself while the game is purposely not entertaining me, while the developers are just jerking themselves off at how clever they are. This definitely isn't the most obnoxious shit in the world, having to sit in front of a fucking waterfall for 3 minutes straight. God fucking damn it. Anyways, you get inside the secret base where Mr. Saturns are being enslaved, and then you fight Master Belch and then give them the jar of fly honey, and then you beat his ass, and then I guess that stops the zombies from attacking Threed or some shit, and then you loop back to Saturn Valley and drink some coffee and trip fucking balls. What the fuck is going on? You guys OD'd after drinking that coffee you got. That's a Kodak moment. Fuzzy pickles. Woo! This game is stupid as fuck. So now you enter some random cave and fight a tri lineage sprout and you beat its ass and get the 3rd sanctuary spot at the Milky Well. Hell yes. So now the group heads through the desert to get to Forsyth, the 4th town in the game. It's a 4. And the group ends up fighting crazy ladies in taxi cabs. And apparently Pokey's become extremely rich and powerful, and it's like living in a penthouse mansion because he's now giving political and economic advice to the mayor of Forsyth, who's apparently a greedy and corrupt asshole who's bribed the police into only serving him because the cops only serve the ruling class and keep the wage slaves in check while they profit off corporate socialism, deny the working class basic human rights. Wake the fuck up! Wow, politics? You shouldn't talk about political issues in your video game videos. Video games are supposed to be fun and are famously not political and have never been political. Anyways, you find the Runaway 5 again, and now they're in $1 million of debt, so now you have to go out to the desert and mine for gold and fight more coil snakes and mad ducks and fucking Nooseman, and then you have to fight off the 5 strong moles. So then you find the 3rd strongest mole, and he's like, oh, it's me, I'm the 3rd strongest mole. And then you find another mole, it's like, oh no, I'm the 3rd strongest mole, it's me. And then never mind, I'm the 3rd strongest mole. Oh, it's me, I'm the 3rd strongest mole. It's like, oh my god, you defeat the 5 of the 3rd strongest mole, say Fuzzy Pickles. Whoa! It's fucking stupid. So now you go to the department store and Paula gets kidnapped by an alien who works for the mayor. So then you kill the alien and you find Everdread knocked down in the middle of the street, and apparently he took the Manny statue from the cult leader Carpenter, and apparently the mayor tricked him and stole it from him, and apparently the statue gives the mayor evil powers for some fucking reason. And apparently there's an entrance to an alternate dimension inside the cafe. So now it's like, fuck it, let's blue skidoo into the alternate cafe dimension. So now you go into Moonside and fight abstract art and gas pumps, and apparently yes means no and no means yes because the world is inverted, so it's like opposite day. And then you fight the evil Manny statue and destroy it and break the illusion of Moonside, and apparently Ness and Jeff were just tripping balls inside the cafe this whole time. What the fuck is in this coffee? So now Apple Kid calls again. He's just like, yo, I invented a gourmet yogurt machine which only makes trout flavored yogurt. So now I'm gonna send it to you through neglected class shipping. And then the delivery guy shows up and he's just like, yo, I just got here from the desert. I totally forgot about the gourmet yogurt machine back in the desert with all the monkeys, so I'm not gonna go get it. So go get it yourself. Fuck off. And then the mayor's maid shows up and she's just like, wow, were you talking about trout flavored yogurt? I was totally looking for trout flavored yogurt for all our special guests. So if you give me some trout flavored yogurt, it'll help you get inside the mayor's penthouse office, which is exactly where you need to go. Like, wow, this was all fucking convenient now, wasn't it? Thank God Apple Kid has the clairvoyance of a fucking demigod to solve this wackadoo bullshit scenario. So now you enter a maze with monkeys who will only let you pass if you give them a bunch of stupid shit, and it takes fucking forever, and then you get the gourmet yogurt machine and learn the power of teleportation from the monkeys. Cool, that makes sense. You give the maid the yogurt machine, and then you sneak inside the mayor's office and fight a bunch of sentry bots and a little robot, and then the Runaway 5 show up and save you. But then the mayor apparently lost all of his power after you broke the Manny statue back at the cafe in the alternate dimension. So then he just like gives up, and then you save Paula, and then he's just like, yo, Gygas told me to stop you, Ness, and said to tell you to not go to Summers. So you should go there and take my helicopter. But then the second you leave, Pokey hijacks that shit for himself. He's just like, oh, fuck you, Ness. I'm fucking stealing this shit. Suck my dick. It's like, man, fuck Pokey. Meanwhile, Apple Kid calls Ness and he's just like, yo, it's Apple Kid. I totally just discovered the primary enemy for you and all of humanity, and we'll need to make a phase distorter. So I'll go search out for Dr. Andnuts, who's Jeff's dad, doesn't give a fuck about him. So I'll be gone for a while. But don't worry though, I'm gonna save all of humanity with my inventions. And it's like, dude, Apple Kid's the most important character in this entire fucking game. That's fucking nuts. So now you head back to Threed with the Runaway 5 to fix up the Sky Runner and fly it back to Dr. Andnut's lab to reprogram it to fly to Summers. But in the meantime, you can also backtrack to a previous area and then you fight a mushroom man with like 6 titties, and then you finally find the 4th sanctuary location, which is just a fucking puddle of water. Great. So now you go over to Summers and explore the city, and then you have to go back to Forsyth and go backstage and find a new singer named Venus and get her autograph on a banana peel, and then you give the autograph to some dude in the dinosaur museum so you can get access to the Forsyth sewer system and fight more stinky ghosts and giant cockroaches, and you beat the shit out of the plague rat of doom and find the 5th sanctuary location, which is just a stupid diamond thing in some guy's backyard. It's fucking hype as fuck. Anyways, in order to make progress, you have to take a boat ride from this guy, but apparently he's worried about his wife's magic cake business because all she does is hang out in a club where they stare at a rock and discuss philosophy and important issues, like the inevitable collapse of capitalism. Get these fucking politics out of my fucking video games! Anyways, now you buy some magic cakes from her, and then you eat the magic cakes and trip fucking balls. They lace this cake with fucking coffee, bro. So now the game cuts to Dalam in the Palace of Pooh, and you play play the game as Pooh, and he has to go to the place of emptiness and endure some test. So then you go up and meditate in this random spot, and then you fight the spirit of Pooh's ancient lineage who breaks his legs and rips his arms off and cuts his ears and rips his eyes out and takes over his mind, and then you pass the training by enduring the suffering or some shit. So then you go back to the castle and it's like, yo, Gaius is going to fuck all the shit up. There's a prophecy that 3 boys and 1 girl to defeat Gaius. Pooh, you're one of the boys. You go find Ness and the others and help him. And then Pooh just instantly teleports over to them and he's like, yo, my name's Pooh. I'm in the party now. And it's like, what? Who the fuck are you? And it's like, I'm fucking Pooh. I'm in the party now. It's like, okay, fucking whatever. So once Pooh joins the party, now all 4 of them can travel back to Dalam and enter a random cave by using the carrot key on the bunny statues, and you fight shriveled up Indian snake charmers and disembodied lips and thunderclouds and electrical dudes, and you end up fighting the boss for the area, which is whatever the fuck this is, and then you find the 6th sanctuary spot, which is the pink cloud. Sweet. So now you ride the boat and fight the Kraken and land in Scaraba and go inside of a pyramid and fight mummies and hieroglyphs, and then this dude randomly just shows up. He's like, Pooh, this is your destiny. You need to come with me and learn things right now. And then Pooh's just like, okay, bye. And then he leaves and it's like, dude, what the fuck? You just got here. And then you find the dungeon man who's actually Brick Road from earlier in the game when you're playing the game as Jeff, but now Dr. Andonut's like merged his body with the dungeon man, so he basically became the dungeon itself. So then he joins the party for like 5 seconds until he gets stuck on some palm trees and he can't move anymore. So then you talk to this guy and he's just like, yo, the deep darkness is just over there and it's like super fucked up and you'll drown and get sucked in unless you have a yellow submarine. So then the dungeon man's just like, oh, you need a yellow submarine? Wow, I totally have one inside my body right now. Isn't it crazy how I just so happen to have this totally quirky, stupid thing you need right this very moment? This sure isn't getting old at all. So then you take the submarine through the deep darkness and you navigate the swamp and fight Bleck, and then Pooh just shows up again. He's just like, yo, Ness, check out this overpowered shit I just got. And then he just fucking kills it with Starstorm. It's the fucking hypest shit. So then you go into this cave where Tenda Village is, and the village is filled with a bunch of Tendas who are all shy, and apparently they blocked off a hole where all the dinosaurs are, but they won't move the rock because they're shy. So then you leave, and then Apple Kid calls you, and he's just like, Ness, you won't believe it. I'm at Dr. Andonut's lab, and I'm working on an eraser machine. But then someone breaks into the lab and kidnaps Apple Kid. And it's like, oh shit, Apple Kid, no! And then the phone rings again. It's like, oh my goodness, Ness, it's me, Orange Kid. I just figured out how to change a boiled egg back into a raw egg. God damn it, this guy fucking sucks! Also, Apple Kid is missing because he went to Dr. Andonut's lab and never returned. And I was also hoping to borrow his book, Overcoming Shyness, from him, and he could use that book to hypothetically cure the shyness from the Tendas, but now he's gone, so he can't do that. Also, I'm working hard on my inventions. My dick is fucking huge. Okay, bye. It's like, man, fuck Orange Kid. Orange Kid fucking sucks. Apple Kid's the shit. I always loved Apple Kid right from the start. So now you teleport to Winters and ride the Loch Ness Monster, and you pass Stonehenge, and you go to Dr. Andonut's lab, and then Apple Kid's mouse gives you the eraser machine, so you can erase the eraser and gain access to the alien secret base hidden inside Stonehenge. And then you fight Starmen and fucking aliens and atomic-powered robots, and then you find Apple Kid and a bunch of other people locked up in tubes. So then you fight a Starman Deluxe and kick its ass, and then save everyone, and then Apple Kid's just like, thank God you saved me, Ness. That was incredible. Wait, you just wanted a book from me? I already returned the book to the Onit library. Just go to the library, go get it. What are you doing? And it's like, come on! So now you get the book from the library and take it back to Tenda Village, and they stop being shy. And then you drink some tea and fucking trip balls because the tea had coffee in it. So now the Tendas finally move the rock, and you fight a bunch of stupid shit and whatever the fuck this is, and then you find the 7th sanctuary spot, which is a giant LED screen where Ness's thoughts are being transcribed to the wall. Like, where the fuck am I? Where even are we on the world map? Nothing makes sense anymore. Anyways, now you're in dinosaur land, and you're fighting dinosaurs, and everything's fucking tiny because the dinosaurs are huge, and you eventually go into a fire cave and fight psychic psychos and fire monster things and a carbon dog and diamond dog, and then you find the final 8th sanctuary spot, which is a stupid volcano in a cave. So now that Ness has found all 8 sanctuary spots, the Soundstone plays the final melody, and Ness trips the fuck out and sees himself as a baby, and then Ness wakes up in the realm of Magic Camp, which was created from his mind, and the entire world is a clusterfuck of random shit. It's like, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is this shit? And it's like, okay, let's team up with the Flying Birdmen to defeat the evil within myself, and then fight all this dumbass shit, and then Ness ends up destroying the world of Magic Camp and merging his powers with the sanctuary spots and gets like 10 billion stat upgrades and billions of EXP. It's the fucking hypest shit. Everything's going fucking nuts. What the fuck is going on? Ness, you okay? I don't know what the fuck just happened. But oh shit, it's not even over. You teleport to Saturn Valley and Apple Kid and Dr. Andonuts are there, and apparently Pokey stole the prototype phase disorder and kidnapped a Mr. Saturn and traveled through time and space to reach Gaius in the future. So then you get a piece of the meteor from the beginning of the game to make a second phase disorder and travel through time and space to kill Gaius in the future, but once you get there, it's like, oh shit, apparently Pokey and Gaius knew you were coming, so they traveled back in time to escape. And then Apple Kid and Dr. Andonuts show up in a third phase disorder, and they're like, okay, we can travel forward in time perfectly perfectly fine, but to travel back in time, you have to transfer your brains to robots and send the robots back in time. It's like, what? What the fuck? It's like, put your brains in the fucking robots! So now everyone's robots back in the past, and they navigate through the giant flesh machine which contains Gygus, who's become the embodiment of evil and is being contained in the devil machine. So now you went to the final boss fight against Pokey and Gygus, and everything's going fucking nuts, and you kick Pokey's ass so much he's just like, oh, Ness, fuck you, I'm gonna unleash Gygus onto the world, fuck you, Ness, bah. It's like, man! Fuck Pokey! So now Gygus has become this incomprehensible evil floating void because he's essentially so evil that his own mind was destroyed by his incredible power and he's lost the will to even control himself. So now you fight Gygus in this giant clusterfuck boss fight and everything's going fucking nuts. It's like, what the fuck? What the fuck do you do? This fight's impossible! But then it's like, oh wait, the only way to win this fight is for Paula to pray for help, which is a completely unique ability that only Paula has that you never use throughout the entire game because it fucking sucks ass. So then Paula prays for help and everyone you've met throughout the entire game comes together to give Ness and their friends their energy to destroy Gygus. Everyone's praying for the group. Shit's fucking crazy. What the fuck is going on? Everything's going fucking nuts. Gygus begins to absorb the prayers from Paula. There's no one else who can pray for you. Shit's super fucked. It's fucking over. But oh shit, it's not even over. The group reaches out to the player who's playing the game to pray for the group. The game knows who I am. The game's reading my fucking mind. Oh wait, you actually typed your name in earlier. I forgot I did that. The game knows who you are. You pray to the group. You do 100 quadrillion fucking damage. You beat the shit out of Gygus. Pokey runs away to an alternate dimension like a little bitch. Like, fuck you, Pokey. Suck my dick. Get the fuck out of here. Gygus is dead. It's fucking over. Pooh's like, cool, we killed Gygus. I'm going home. And then Jeff's like, cool, I'm gonna hang out with Dr. Andonuts. Oh wait, I mean my dad. I forgot it's my dad. And then Ness escorts Paula to her home and it's like, okay, thanks for walking me home. I was gonna tell you something, but I forgot. Okay, bye. So now the game's fucking over and it's like, okay, are we gonna roll the credits or something? What the fuck is this shit? And then the game's like, oh, you still have the freedom to travel around and talk to people if you want to discover hidden dialogue. And it's like, yeah, I'm not doing that. Game's fucking over. So now you can go back home and talk to Ness's mom and that's the end of the game. After the credits, Ness wakes up in his bed again and Picky shows up to his house to give Ness a letter from Pokey, confirming he's alive and ending the game on a fucking cliffhanger and hyping up the next game in the series which will never be released outside of Japan. Reggie, when's Mother 3 coming out?
Okay, that's all the time I've got. I gotta get back to playing Animal Crossing New Leaf on my Nintendo 3DS.
Fuck you!